Yeah. One time for the city. Yeah. Same aura as before. The smoke got blowing orange laws, meaning you pursue at your own cost. Last of a breed to do it how we was taught. Gods in the rafters covering you and yours. Gather round the world's most famous battlegrounds. Infamous enough where they havoc will do you proud. If you're not cut from it, it get harder to breathe it. In a concrete jungle with the garden is eating. Yeah, where one poster can hang you with a great speed. Where you can run up on whoever has an 8 seed. Or freeze up South Beach from off the line. Or 4-point plays in Easter overtimes. Let it bang. Serenade round of applauders. Center of attraction like a Hoya. Catch us with a dog in the fight for whoever should play the yard. Christmas went from Saint Nick to Saint Bernard. Right? I'll stand up for the legacy that the city knew. And then respond by giving the city 62. And stay mellow, knowing who among us. The crossover had 33rd like the Rucker. Hit for the cage, Dykeman and Roy Wilkinson, Fort Greene Park, all in the building, right? It's one team in the city, let them know what it is. Empire state of mind, aiming over the bridge. Talk to us. Blowing orange, everything, everything. Blowing orange, everything. 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 19,000, leaning in a huddle, screaming like if number 19's in the tunnel. All in together as long as we ever need. For the heaviest jersey the league has ever seen, right? If I don't make it, bet the fam will. Watch the city fall in love with us. Clyde Frazier with the hand skis. Double rings, baby, double up. Yeah, and all of this is a landslide. Welcome to the Terror Dome, hosted by a franchise. For the colors that we bleed in the field. The pressure is insanity, cause we don't do L's, nah. And it's everything they said it would be. The lights get even brighter than you'd ever believe. Yeah, it's game time. Is you built for this? These colors is forever infinite. Blowing orange, everything.
Yeah.
We
live and direct.
We are back at it.
Live and direct. Yes. It is
back
the conglomerate.
With a special guest.
It is. He's not even a guest. He's one of ours.
We don't even consider.
Our member. He is our member. You know
Once
what I'm saying?
again, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo.
Y'all already know the vibery, the one and only Parlay Lord, aka Fraz Tass in the building.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you. You far too kind.
That's right.
As always, always on the side of me when we come up live for the conglomerate, the one and only Truff Sauce Lord, aka Marlon Mayhem.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
not to be forgotten,
never.
But last but certainly not least,
you got to make his introduction special, man.
I mean,
you got to make his introduction.
What can I say?
Special,
I mean, he is literally one of the longest standing Brooklyn Nets fans that I know.
Woo.
He has the equivalent in years of fandom with the Nets as I have with the Knicks.
Long time.
He is also the ambassador for the Brooklyn Nets. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mike Report is here with us today.
What's up?
Please welcome him with open arms. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, man. Where do we begin, Fraz?
It's up to y'all. Wherever y'all want to begin.
I mean, it wasn't a great game. I'll say this. It really wasn't. You know, it was tough to watch.
You're right. You're right.
It was a very it was a nail biter, you know. But you know they pulled through, you know, and they won game 2. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Definitely.
They won
Definitely.
game 2.
But it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy, man. I mean, it was.
Wasn't easy. Gabe Vincent was problems. Gave you
Listen,
hell.
listen, not just Gabe Vincent, all right. Let's not
Clay
forget about
Martin.
Caleb, Caleb Martin, however you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I chopped the name up. But he actually led Miami in scoring tonight. Caleb
And
Mhm.
Martin,
plus
2
plus
points.
Miami had that 8-point lead, you know. So
Wait. Hold on. Before we get into it, let me rewind. I got to do it the proper way. By the way, for those of y'all wondering, the Knicks won game 2 by a score 111 to 105 over Miami Heat tonight, even in the series at 1 game apiece, and kind of bringing us back square before we go down to MSG South, aka Miami, for
Yep.
these next 2 games. Now, to get back to where we was at, basically to where we was talking. Mike and I were talking about Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin for Miami. They came up huge. In fact, those were the 2 leading scorers tonight. I believe Caleb Martin had 22 points and Gabe Vincent had 21 points.
That's a fact.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
That's a fact. Yep.
You know, I mean, the shooting was poor for both teams. Let's not get
Mhm.
it mistaken here. Um, if we look at it, the Knicks shot 45% from the field and Miami shot 44. Literally, it was like almost a similar shooting percentage for both teams. Um,
Yep.
the Knicks
They're both actually the same.
pretty
Really,
much,
pretty much.
yeah, pretty much the same
You know,
percentage.
they're 45%. Yeah.
In terms of 3-point shooting, the Knicks fared a little better tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We shot 16 of 40 tonight for 40% from the 3-point line, which is pretty good in my book. Miami only shot 17 of 49 tonight for 34.7% from 3. So we say 35 if you are a statistician. So we
Right.
round it up to 35. So 35% is not that great from where Miami usually averages 42% shooting against us from
Right.
3-point range.
Right.
So you kind of see the absence of Jimmy Butler affects them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not to mention Hero, because that's a big deal too.
Yes, Tyler Hero
Right.
as well. He's another one that hits the threes for them as well.
Yeah.
but I feel that if Jimmy Butler was healthy and played, it would have been a problem. It
Yeah.
would have been closer. It was tight.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We wouldn't have got away with the sloppy play. It just wouldn't have happened.
It would have been a dogfight. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
That's right.
So for the Knicks now, a welcoming sight for everybody. We had actually 2 players almost had a triple double tonight.
Woo.
Um, let's start off with our star who's been missing for a while, Julius Randle.
Julius.
Stat line tonight for Julius is as follows: 25 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 8 of 18 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3, 6 of 6 from the line, plus 14 overall.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the other person who was pushing the triple double was Josh Hart. 33 minutes. Josh Hart had 14 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, shot 4. He didn't shoot that great from the field, 4 of 11.
He didn't.
I will say, hold on, let me get back over here. I will say that Josh Hart hit a key 3 in the 4th quarter down the stretch when we needed that 3-point basket.
That's a
to
fact.
keep the lead.
Right.
That's a
So
fact.
it's not always about having the best shooting night. A timely shot can change the course of a game just that fast. We all know that already. You know what I mean?
It's like I say, it's how the ball bounces.
That's a fact.
Yep.
Who is in here? Who's in here early, Marlon? Tell me who's in here early.
Oh, I don't even.
A couple of people. Take a little
This
from the Knicks talk real quick. Shout out to fans.
Yo.
I wonder if this Kev right here, because I see blue and orange. That might be Kev
That's
or JJ or somebody. I don't know.
it's somebody. It's somebody. It's
We
somebody.
here. That gotta be Kev. That gotta be Kev. I'm telling you. That gotta be Kev. I know we here. When they say we here, that's my guy Kev. I know it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Barry. That's Jimmy. Yeah, that's JJ. Yeah,
Shout out everybody who pulling up in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Y'all know if y'all got any real questions y'all want to ask or concerns, throw them up there. We answer the
we're
questions. Y'all know how we do.
we'll answer.
Who?
I see the a little comment that Marlon is pulling a breezy. Actually, no, I'm not pulling a breezy. In case of people don't know,
Hold on, let
okay.
me
In
take this
case this
down.
is
Go
for the
ahead.
people that
Let's
don't
roll
know,
on my
because
page.
I know there's people that don't know. Um, I'm actually neutral. Been neutral since the '90s. I've been neutral with the Knicks and Nets since '94 and '98. Knicks in '94, Nets in '98. It's been a long time. So no, you won't catch me pulling a breezy because that's not how I get down.
Me neither either.
I don't cap. You know what I'm saying? So
1999.
Mike with 1999. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, so if you're wondering why I'm wearing the Knicks hat, it's because it's for my support of the Knicks. And I know a lot of people are like, well, they never said you was a Knicks fan, but
You're neutral. There's something
I'm
wrong with that.
neutral. I'm neutral. You know what I'm saying? When I speak with Nets fans, I keep it Nets. When I speak with y'all, we could talk both
That's like
sides.
wearing a Yankee Mets hat. You're
Yeah,
neutral. Dodger
neutral.
Giant hat.
But see, now that's where the neutrality stops because I'm Yankees all day, Giants all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm Rangers all day. So yeah. That's where the neutrality stops. But
Yeah,
you
Hey, it's
already so,
respected.
so enough about me.
I just
Okay,
wanted to get back in the game real quick.
get back in
Um,
the game, bro.
um, as far as this game is concerned, no team really had a huge lead. I believe the biggest lead for both teams was 8 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
No team
Yeah,
got higher than an eight
it was
point
8
lead in
points.
this game, which means it was a close game throughout, right? But the key
Mhm.
difference is this. Normally, when people say, okay, second half of game is coming up, the Knicks are going to choke. The Knicks did not choke in this second half. In fact, the Knicks outscored Miami in the second half 60-51 to win this game, actually. Okay. And what people have to understand is they definitely dominated the rebounding department tonight. 50-34. We had more offensive and defensive rebounds against Miami tonight.
Right.
And we actually had more steals than Miami did tonight. We had 4 steals. Miami only had 1 steal. Um, the Knicks, the Knicks still had a high amount of turnovers, which is still a little bit concerning. Like, all right, when your team has double-digit turnovers in the game, for me, that's a concern. All right,
Right.
because it's telling me y'all getting too careless with the ball when y'all coming up the court on offense. Y'all can't
That's
get
a
careless
fact.
with the ball, and having double-digit turnovers again is kind of bad. So the Knicks still got to cut down the turnovers a little bit, get it under double digits. Um, we had the fast break points tonight. Miami didn't even have a fast break point tonight, which is a wonderful thing because they killed us in the first game because Kevin Love killed us with them outlet passes the first game. But
Mm-hmm.
this game, we didn't allow none of that. They got a
None of
big
that.
goose egg for fast break points. We have 5 fast break points tonight. But this is the other thing that concerns me, Knicks fans. Miami actually had us in points in the paint tonight, 38-34. That's a little bit of a concerning issue for me. All right. Because we need to continue to focus on attacking the basket. And by showing that we losing in the points in the paint department, that tells me that they slacking off. Maybe they was a little bit tired from the first game. I get it. It was only one day off in between. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But there should be no excuses come game 3 because it's 3 days off.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The next game is Saturday.
It's
if
Saturday?
I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
No, it's Friday.
No, Saturday.
Wait.
Because it's 3
Yeah,
games.
You're right.
Thursday, Friday.
I forgot. I was thinking today's
Nah,
today's
you good.
Monday.
You good. So
track of time.
they're gonna be rested, meaning they get the rest up come Saturday. Boom. We ready for game 3. We need to take game 3. I wonder if that was Tea Time who said this comment right here.
Let me see. That's JJ.
Oh, okay.
JJ.
That's what's up,
JJ.
man. Shout out
Jimmy,
JJ for checking in with us tonight. You know what I mean?
JJ said, "I'm not satisfied. Right? I'm not satisfied or impressed with the win, but I'll take the W." Yeah, I mean, it was an ugly game. Ugly game, but they put the
Listen,
win.
this is the playoffs, man.
I mean,
the playoffs.
it's not gonna
This
be
is the
pretty.
type of game you're gonna expect. Ugly, gritty games. You gotta expect these games in the playoffs. It's the playoffs.
Yeah,
What are we talking about here?
That's a fact. That's a
Yes,
fact.
yes, indeed. Fraz Mayhem in the microport all day in America. You heard?
All day.
Yeah.
You know, we here. You know. Shout out to everyone who pulled up. You know, we appreciate the support. We love y'all, man. For real.
Can I say one more thing on the game real quick, and then y'all can take it wherever y'all want to take it after that. Now, Knicks fans, the key to this game was this: the fourth quarter, when your leader steps up to the plate and hits them clutch shots. Sorry, I was looking for something.
No, you good.
Now, when you see Brunson come out of the gate in the fourth quarter and hit them first 2 3-pointers he took, them first 2 shots he took, you already knew he already had the mindset, yeah, I'm coming out to close this game. I'm coming out to close this game. I'm taking over. It's my time now.
Right. Waited
long enough. And before I land my plane, a certain Nets fan, i.e. Jason Tucker, I want to say one thing to you.
Let's make that clear. Let's clear that up. That's he's not a Nets fan. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it honest.
Okay, well,
carry on.
With that being said, now,
carry on.
I'd like you to know one thing. I remember being on the live with you earlier, with me, myself, Kev, you, and Jaffe had pulled up too. I remember.
Yeah,
and your peoples who was on, right? Didn't I tell you that Jalen Brunson was going to drop 30 points tonight without Jimmy Butler playing? That's all I want to know, Jason. Answer that question for me when you watch this live, right?
I can actually test. I could agree with that because I was there when he said that.
You know, and I clearly said it. I said watch because they asked me a specific question. They said, so what do you think is going to happen? I'm like, listen, if Jimmy Butler doesn't play, Brunson drops 30. Why? Mm-hmm. Because if you watch game 1, Jimmy Butler had the defensive assignment of guarding Jalen Brunson. That's the strategy that they came out with in game 1.
That's right.
So, being that you don't have Jimmy Butler on Brunson in game 2 like that, why wouldn't you think his points is going to go up? That's all I'm saying. Why wouldn't you think that?
Because he's a scorer. That's why.
Exactly.
Brunson has always been a scorer, even when he was with Dallas.
I mean, come on, look, just look how he got, how hot he got, man.
He's better than his father. I could tell you that much. He's better.
Yeah.
His father was a bench player with the Knicks, number 9. I'll never forget it. Number 9.
Now speaking of fans, right? We have a certain Knicks fan who disguises himself as a Net fan. I think we all know who this person is. You know, His name is Nick Breezy for And this morning we had a little discussion, right? And I told him the Knicks were going to win game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Period. They were going to win game 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be it was going to be defense and our shot making.
That's right.
That's
Clear that up.
and they've done that. It was
Yeah, they made the minor adjustments.
It wasn't pretty, right? It wasn't pretty.
It was ugly.
They pulled out the W. So,
but a win is a win. That's it. You got to take it.
That's basically what it falls down to at the end of the day. That's all.
As long as the final score for you guys a win, then I congratulate you guys.
Definitely.
But I wanted to clear up a few things as well too.
Mike,
the
floor is yours, bro.
Well, welcome, guys. I'm the Mike Report, the ambassador of the Brooklyn Nets, 25 years.
That's a fact.
And many more to come. 20 years from now, I'll still be a Nets fan. As old as ever, but I'll still be here as a Nets fan. I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm proud to be a Nets fan. Black and white for life, red, blue, and white for life, too, because that's the Nets colors, too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But
a lot of people don't know
that. Huh?
I said a lot of people don't know that. No, they don't.
Yep, red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue.
Gray,
we had
black and white, red, all blue.
All navy blue.
That's
Not
right.
Blue, all navy blue. You gotta say the navy blue. You know what I'm saying?
And white too.
Yeah.
White too.
Yeah, that's 25 years is a long time.
Yeah, since '99 when we had a horrible season, when we had Stephon Marbury, number 33, which Claxton wears number 33 now.
I remember
that was his number.
98, man. Continental Airlines Arena, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before that, it was Brendan Byrne.
Yeah, Brendan Byrne Arena. Yep.
But I wanted to clear up a few things. A lot of Net fans have already started, but there are some so-called Net fans that don't understand where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
The Nets got swept last week by Philadelphia. Now, by us getting swept, we should be looking towards the offseason. We shouldn't be, as Net fans, we shouldn't be trolling other teams that are already in the playoffs.
Right.
Because if they did it to us, we wouldn't like it. So I just feel that as a Net fan, look, I'm not speaking for anybody else. They can do whatever they want. But I just feel that as a Net fan, in my opinion, we should be looking towards the off season, seeing who we're going to pick up, starting with the draft, starting with the combine, starting with the summer league, starting with free agency. Our main focus as Net fans is how we're going to build this team around Mikal Bridges, CJ, and get ready for training camp in late September. We shouldn't be going off attacking other teams that got there. No. You know, it's not fair to the other teams. I'm not saying I'm supporting these other teams. But what I'm saying is, as a Net fan and my team's not there, you should just let the playoffs speak for itself. And then the Nets should focus on free agency and getting better for next season with Jacques Vaughn's full season.
I agree.
Anyone that judge me and tells me that I should be attacking Knicks fans or any other team, they're dead wrong. Because I'm not going to do that.
No.
That's not my place. I'm a Nets fan, but I'm not going to attack nobody.
And
I wish them the best of luck.
At the end of the day, I feel like, fans should just. I know that there's not going to be fans that's going to be humble. They're going to be talking crazy, But I just say, like, if your team is not doing well and there's trouble, like focus on your team. Don't be focused on another team.
That's what I'm doing. I'm
You know what I'm
focusing.
saying? Like I knew the Nets was going to have a problem, and I've
We
I've
knew it.
saying it. I've been saying it. I've been saying it since KD and Kyrie came.
Look,
I knew we were going downhill. Right.
look, I'm gonna tell you this, and I've told you guys this.
Right.
I said it in the beginning of the season when I first met Fraz, when I first met Kev and BJ and Marlon. We already knew each other already from last season because we spoke right after we got swept from Boston.
Yeah.
And throughout the offseason, we spoke. I said it, and I'm going to say it over again. And if Jason Tucker, you're listening, I said it, and I got people to back me up. The Nets had problems starting with last season against Boston when we got swept. I said it. I didn't say we were a championship team. I said that we were a team that had problems. And by me saying we had problems, I meant you had two egos, two superstars, right? One picked up an option. The second one forced to trade Katie, right?
Yeah.
And Ben Simmons, you didn't know how well he was going to come back. And everybody threw that narrative, championship contender, right?
That's a fact.
But it doesn't matter what pieces you have on the floor. You got to create chemistry and you got to play the games. I couldn't care if you had Dame tomorrow. It's how you play the game to win. We can get Dame tomorrow, but the problem is, how's he going to mesh with the group? He can fail, and he's injury prone. So I don't care about superstars. The main point is you got to play the game to win. Doesn't matter what superstar. And we failed at it. We got swept by Boston with two superstars.
And had three.
It's embarrassing. And I was at these games, Jason Tucker and Joffrey. You weren't. I was.
We had three superstars at one point, which is crazy.
I saw us get embarrassed. I saw us. And it was a shame to be at the Barclays Center in my white jacket and going home and having a Boston fan tell me you just got eliminated. I didn't see it not once. I saw it against Philadelphia too.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean when you destroy the foundation for superstars.
And also I saw it against Atlanta too in our early years. I saw us get beat. This ain't the only one. I saw Philadelphia beat us with Jared Dudley when we had the Brooklyn Grit. Atlanta, you know,
beat us.
The only series that I saw us win was against Toronto in Toronto, the second season.
Oh, man, Toronto was a pain in our ass.
With Kyle, with young Kyle Lowry, okay? And you know how we won that series? You know how we won that series? Breezy would know, because maybe he wasn't a fan. Joffrey Joe wasn't a fan either. It was that block. It was that block by Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
In Toronto, we won Game 7 because it was feisty, it was ugly, and I had tickets, and I paid $40 for playoff tickets, and I saw that. I saw the whole series. The series went 7 games, and it was the first Nets Game 7 win in Nets history. In the NBA format, we won a Game 7 in Toronto on the road with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, with D. Will, with Joe Johnson, with Mirza Teletovic, with Bojan Bogdanovic. Who knows those guys? Any Net fan would know those guys that won their first Game 7 in Nets history in 2014. I was there.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Even though those guys were at the end of their career.
Yeah, Bojan Bogdanovic. We had Sean Livingston before he went to the Warriors.
Yeah.
How soon they forget? We had
No,
Andre
yeah.
Blatch on that team.
Yeah, I like Livingston.
And Jason Kidd was the head coach. We
Sure.
won game 7. First game 7 ever win. In Nets history, we did it in Toronto. That's why Toronto doesn't like us, because in the newspaper, the general manager said, fuck Brooklyn before the series started. And you're not from here.
So would you consider that a rivalry?
At that time, yes.
Yeah, it was
It was a rivalry, because the thing is that series went game 7, and then we had to play Miami. We didn't play Atlanta. We played Miami, and that series went to 5 games, and we lost in the second round. Because I had tickets to game 6, and I didn't go because we got eliminated. So they gave me my money back. But that was a feisty series too, because we gave Miami problems. And that's why in 2014, after they beat us, they struggled against San Antonio because Kawhi Leonard beat them.
Yep.
Kawhi Leonard got hot.
Yep, that was a young
in that series, because we gave them fits. We gave Miami fits. We weren't just going to go away. We were a team that didn't want to go away, the Nets. And I remember that whole series, because I was in Brooklyn. Look, I was in Brooklyn doing loss prevention, and I saw that series all the way through. And we beat Miami in one game. They were passing the ball so many times that we had 29 threes in that game. The one game that we won.
Yep.
We blew them the hell out.
I remember that game. That shit. Yo.
Mirza Teletovic was making shots. Bojan Bogdanovic, Joe Johnson. Everyone was in double figures. We beat the hell out of them. Sean Livingston, too. Come on.
Yes, Livingston, yo, bro, you know how many shots he hit for us? Big threes, clutch threes. He came in clutch.
Look, that's why I said I'm not legit. I don't think anybody knows that Sean Livingston was a net. Remember, this was his comeback after he broke his leg with the Clippers on ESPN, on national TV. Yep. I watched that game in 2007. And they said, sorry to cut you off, Fraz, but you know this. You know what they said? He would never come back from that injury.
Yeah, they did.
He fell right there. Bro, and remember, he came back strong, and then we couldn't sign him. He went to the Warriors and won a couple of rings.
Yeah.
And now he works for the front office with the Warriors. But he was a net. You see, a lot of people don't know that he was a net. Marlon knows. He wore number 14.
Yep.
I remember him being in that.
Oh, you know, so I give you credit. But there are a lot of people that don't know that he was 1 point a net, and also Jerry Stackhouse was a net too the first season.
Yes, he was.
On the tail end of his career. And guess what number he wore? Jackie Robinson's number 42.
42. Yep, I remember.
And they said he was the first net in Brooklyn to wear number 42 since Jackie.
I mean, had some hell of a games, man.
Look, the first years in Brooklyn were so amazing. I went to the games. Even before I had the app, I used to go to Ticketmaster, and tickets were $30. $30 I used to go, and it was packed. That place used to shake when I tell you. The first year in Brooklyn, hello, Brooklyn. Come on. The team that we had, and we had PJ Carlissimo after we fired Avery Johnson, after we were 14-14, we ran away with it. The D Will 11 threes, I'll never forget. Come on.
Yeah, D Will.
Darren Williams.
Nasty, man.
Joe ISO Joe, number 7. Come on.
Yeah.
Brooke Lopez too. Come on. Before he shot threes, he used to get to the hole.
Oh, your all-time leading scorer, Brooke Lopez.
It's heartbreaking. Yo, it's heartbreaking when you think about Lopez, man.
Let me tell you something. 9 years in Brooklyn. He's better than Joe Harris. You see, Joe Harris has been there 9 years. Look, Brooke Lopez has been there 9 years, and he had a better career. And the man, remember, how did he get to shoot those threes? Marlon will tell you. Guess who?
can't.
Guess what coach coached him to shoot threes and say he was a better player? We talk about him all the time, Marlon.
That's Kenny. That's Kenny.
That's
Atkinson,
right. He
I
taught
heard
him the
Kenny
three.
Atkinson right there, bro.
He
Jimmy
taught him
J
the
was,
three.
Jimmy
Look,
J.
he taught him the 3-point shot.
Yeah,
He
man.
taught him the 3-point shot. He said, if you shoot from three, you'll be a better shooter. And guess what happened? Once he went to the Bucks, once we traded him to the Lakers and he went to the Bucks, he killed us on
That-
3-pointers.
That's one of the biggest mistakes the Nets made. I will say that.
Well, you blame Marks because I didn't want him to leave. That
To
man
fire
was
Kenny Atkinson. You
look,
you
the
were
last
stupid for that.
season that he was with the Nets, he was shooting threes. How can you get rid of this man? I know you got rid of him for
Could you
D'Angelo Russell.
imagine? Could you imagine Kenny what he would have done with Clax? Could you imagine that?
He would be shooting threes. Okay.
And what a lot of people don't know is Clax can shoot threes.
Look,
He
I just
sure
got
can.
one thing to say about Kenny.
He sure
He
can.
started the
He
Brooklyn
doesn't
Grit.
He doesn't shoot it. He doesn't shoot it in games.
No,
but
no.
in practice, he'd be nailing them, man. I just be like, wow.
Look, Kenny started the Brooklyn Grit. He said this team is a grit and a grinder, and we're the Brooklyn Grit. He started it, Kenny. I always loved Kenny. I remember him as an assistant Knicks coach.
Y'all think
He was with the Knicks for years. So wherever Kenny goes and get that job, God bless him.
I'm sorry
But-
to cut you off. Fraz, did you answer that question? Y'all think if Jimmy played Miami win tonight or nah?
Honestly,
It would have been tough.
honestly, it would have been close if Jimmy played.
It would have been tough.
I can't say if we would have won or not.
I would have. I want to chime in on that. I think you guys would have won, but it would have been tight. It wouldn't have been easy.
Yeah.
It would have went down to the wire.
Jimmy wouldn't have been 100%, and if Tibbs
No, he
would've been
wouldn't.
smart, Tibbs
Well,
would've
that's
attacked
what
him.
we explained it. He could walk, but can he play, right?
Exactly.
Ooh,
That's what I
J1 said, been a Knicks fan since 1978, since I was
Well,
4 years.
congrats. That's a
Jesus.
long time. That's
Sweet.
40. What is it? That's let's see,
That's a
40.
long. That's a
78.
long.
55 years.
That's a long.
45.
time.
45. I'm sorry.
45 years.
Yeah. That's
45. My dad, my uncle's been a fan since 68. Okay.
Yeah.
And I got him a Knicks jacket look, I have nothing against the Knicks, but to buy him one and I'm a Nets fan, I did it. So
I mean,
he wears it.
I mean, I feel like the Knicks played a little better than last game, though. I will tell you that, especially down the stretch of the game where they couldn't find ways to get inside. They was actually hitting their shots. They was actually getting inside. So do I really think that – I think the Knicks still had a chance to win if Jimmy Butler was playing.
It wouldn't have been easy. That's how I see it.
And see, that's the thing. And I told everybody that, I told y'all that too before the series even started. I said, I don't expect the series to be easy at all by any means. But I expect that the Knicks can play with them and win this series in 6 games. And so far, we have 1-1. So let's see how the rest of it unfolds.
Well, I just feel you just take one game at a time. That's it. You let the game flow as it goes. That's it. It's not going to be easy because Miami is tough. They still got shooters. You just got to beat them on their own home floor. But it's like I told everybody before. As a Net fan, I'm focusing on July 1st, which is free agency. How we're going to get our team better.
Yeah, I'm focusing on that too. You know, I'm always looking at the updates.
And especially, I want to chime in one thing. I'm sorry, Marlon.
No, you good, bro. You good. You good.
The first thing first on our agenda is what coaches you're going to bring in, what Vaughn is going to do to change the narrative of these coaching moves. who you're going to bring in to help us perform and contend. That's what I'm looking at, and that's what Marlon's looking at. Sorry, Marlon.
It's good, bro. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be big pressure when it comes to
That's the first agenda on the list. Seeing who you're going to bring in to coach these guys.
You know, because you definitely need guys that's gonna know how to develop players.
And also, you're going to need guys that have been there.
Yeah. You know, you have to. You have to look at those things.
Can't be a rookie. It got to be someone that's played the game.
That's right. So it's going to be really interesting to see who they have on board with the with the coaching staff.
But that's our first agenda right there, because that's going to help us rejuvenate this team moving forward, the future.
And then free agency, that's another thing.
Well, our number one thing before we get anybody is CJ, which is Cameron Johnson. His nickname is CJ.
Yeah,
we signed CJ.
You got to secure him. You got to secure him, bro. You have to. You know what I'm saying? We have to. I like that kid, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That kid.
Look, what he did in the playoffs, what he did on Embiid, I loved it. Yeah. That's why Marlon, I like that page. The Nets row. You got the dunk on there.
Yeah.
I got it too. So I like CJ for doing that.
For those Nets fans, check out the Nets row page. Join the group. Actually,
and also, if you want to join Brooklyn Nets Way,
that's right.
I got my own groupe too.
That's right.
That's right, Jason Tucker. I got my own group too. Remember that.
And I don't like throwing shade on any group, which I'm not going to do. But with our groups, strictly Nets content.
That's right. All Nets, not Knicks.
We're all Nets on that page, So if you're a real Nets fan, real hardcore Nets fan, I suggest, it'll be cool to join that page and grow the community. You know what I'm saying?
That's like with my page, Brooklyn Nets Way.
Yeah,
it's strictly Nets. No trolling and no BS. It's
because one thing I'll say, one thing I'll say is this. Yes, I'm neutral, right? I'm neutral, but I keep Nets. I keep Knicks. Unless you want to talk Knicks basketball with me and you're a Nets fan, that's cool. There's no discrimination. That's cool with me. That's fine. If you
I have nothing against it.
If you're a Knicks fan that want to talk Nets basketball with me, that's cool with me too. That's 100% cool.
That's like with me.
But yeah,
I'm not neutral, but I like good basketball.
That's my thing. I love New York basketball. I grew up watching New York basketball. So this is where what you see here. This was not no overnight thing, or they're in the playoffs now. You want to wear a Knicks hat?
That's not with me either. No. I've been a Nets. I was sitting at home. I'll tell you the story how I became a Net fan. I was sitting at home one night in Brooklyn, and all I did was turn the channel on FSN. And I watched the Nets, and I was hooked ever since.
That's the same way. It's funny. When I never used to have cable, right? So we when we first got cable, and I was just like you. I was just sitting on the couch.
I watched FSN on the big screen TV,
and I was watching the Nets, and I was like, you know what? I don't mind watching this team. That's where
you remember the old school TVs. That's what I had. The big screen.
If we're talking old school TV, y'all can't forget about the NBA on NBC. That's all I got. If you don't know that song, and you from our generation, and you grew up watching basketball in the 90s, if you don't know that song right there, that might sing it, watch the NBA on NBC.
They're doing.
It's classic.
I'm Marv
That's
Albert.
when I first watched basketball.
Look, I am Marv. Look, all I gotta say is this. I'm Marv Albert, and this is Bill Walton, live from the Compact Center, the Summit, the Knicks, and the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
Marv Albert.
And not
Yeah.
only that, then it became, oh, hello
It was the
everybody,
Summit.
Marv Albert here, along with the Czar, the telestrator, Mike
That's
Fratello.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yo, Marv
You had
Albert was
Mike
that man.
Fratello, and you had Bill Walton on that too.
Bill
Come
Walton
on.
too,
Yeah, he
man.
was still the third man.
Yo, Bill Walton. Yeah.
Look, him and those
you know what's
jokes, I
crazy?
could
He
tell you.
was watching his son Luke play.
You
while he
know who
down
was
to
good
get-
on for the playoffs? God rest his soul, Mr. Sega.
Yeah,
He was great. Whoever doesn't know Mr. Sega
flamboyant man.
don't know basketball because Mr. Sega, he had those fancy suits. He interviewed everybody.
The most flashiest announcer in the whole biz.
That's right, Craig Sega.
Now I got to give that crown. I have to give that crown to Walt, man. Walt Clyde.
Look, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Fresh.
I'm not a Knicks fan, but I met him in person, and my dad was so happy when I met him. And you know where I met him? In the stands. He was sitting looking up at his jersey up there. And I told my dad, I said, that's Walt Clyde Frazier. He says, nah. I said, that's him. I know who he is. And my dad told me, he just said him flat out. He says, look, you should have got credit in 1973. Nothing against your buddy, Willis Reed, but you won the game. You should have got the MVP. And you know what he said? You're absolutely right. Because they discredited him.
I think
they gave it to Willis Reed.
I actually posted the whole game.
Clyde was scoring all over the place. They didn't give it to him. They gave it to Willis Reed.
That's right.
What do you think, Fraz? You think they should have gave it to Willis Reed or they should have gave it to Clyde?
I mean,
because he walked on the court.
I get it. You know, he was injured. He came back on the court, you know, helped win the game. But if we talking significance of the game, Clyde's shot outweighs it, hands down. Like, if Clyde don't hit that shot, I don't even know if we win that championship.
That's right.
You understand?
But they gave it to Willis. So they gave it to him.
You know.
Yeah, but everybody played great in that series. You had Cassie Russell, you had Dick Barnett, so you had young Phil Jackson.
I did remember that. Marv did get it.
Yes, he did.
But you know what also hurt him?
Yeah.
It was that. It was that, but it found out that but it was false though, wasn't it?
Jimmy,
I don't think so.
Cool.
I don't think so. I don't think it was false. I think they actually.
But I got to give Marv Albert credit. He was with the Knicks for over 40 years.
Yeah.
He was with them with the 2 championships in 69, 68. And you got to give his family credit because Steve Albert did it and Kenny Albert did sports. He had 2 brothers that did sports, hockey, football, basketball.
Right.
And look what's going on now. You see people following in Marv Albert's footsteps. Look at Mike Breen. Look at Clyde. Right. Even Iron Eagle's son, that's with the Nets. He's the announcer for the Clippers. So it's like family. It's like family following in their footsteps.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Because there are a lot of good announcers now, and there are a lot of good women announcers too.
Well, yeah.
Before I forget.
Speaking of women, shout out to Anna Bryant. Shout out to Anna Bryant.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out Mrs. Knicks.
Mrs. Knicks. Key to the
I
series
spoke to her
is
today.
run the ball. Don't let the Heat set up the zone. Bench got to wake up. That is
It's true.
fact. Bench.
It's true.
Not even the bench. I say, Grimes.
Everybody.
Grimes have to wake. Everybody got to wake up, right?
Well, I blame.
Especially,
well, Marlon, it's everybody. Everybody's got to know their assignment.
I know, but
you got to stick to your assignment.
Grimes has been been in a real slump, man, and quickly as well. It's just I don't know when
Listen,
it's
she's
happening.
not lying. Their bench outscored our bench tonight, man.
Yeah,
She's
that's a
not
fact.
lying. Their bench
No,
outscored our bench
but I
22
spoke
to
to her
12,
today.
man.
I spoke to her through Messenger, Mrs.
Yeah,
Nick. Shout out to Mrs. Nick.
yo,
Hold on,
shout
let's
out
We
to
get this
spoke
Miss.
out of
earlier
night.
today, and you're absolutely right. You respect my fandom, and I appreciate it.
That's a
I
fact.
appreciate it, Mrs. Nick.
Respect to
Like
Miss.
Mrs. Nick told me distinctly. You know what she says? I
Yeah,
appreciate your loyalty. You're one of the few guys that I've met. This is what she told me. You're one of the few guys that I met that is loyal to your team. And a
yeah.
lot of people don't appreciate loyalty. And you're
No,
absolutely right, Mrs. Nick. And
no,
I
they,
want to thank you for that.
they
I
don't.
appreciate it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Another round of applause for Mrs. Nick, man. That's for real. That's for real. For real.
Thank you so much. I
Salute.
appreciate it. Like I earned, it wasn't easy for me to earn that title, but I want to thank you for that.
I mean, it's loyalty. Yeah, loyalty is rare, man. It's rare, man.
Loyalty, it's not only loyalty, Marlon, it's dedication and being there for your team,
Well, yeah,
no matter what. Through the
definitely.
hard times, through the winning times, and through the rebuild times.
Yeah.
And the Nets have had so many rebuild times in the 25 years of me being a fan. So
And think
many.
about it. I've been a fan of these two organizations over 20 plus years, right?
We've
20
been through owners too.
we haven't I haven't seen a ring yet.
Look,
But
the
I'm here.
Nets are the only team on my
Yeah.
list to win a ring. Because my Yankees have one, my Patriots have one. It's just the Nets are the only team on my list.
Yeah. And in my lifetime, it's the Nets and Knicks, in
No,
my
I feel your pain because my dad saw the Knicks win twice, 69, 73. He's seen the
Right.
Jets win. He's seen the Giants win, right? So
Right.
in this generation, he would like to see the Knicks win. It's been 50 years. So I know how the Knicks feel. I know how they do. You haven't won since 73. Look at the Nets. They haven't won since 76 in the ABA.
Yeah.
Look at my pain. Look, we got close in 2003. We got close in 2002, but how you going to beat the unstoppable Lakers? But
Right.
what I'm saying is, hopefully one day our teams win a ring.
Yeah.
But it's not something that you mathematically put together. It's
No.
hard work and
No.
teamwork and chemistry and
There's
playing together.
there's so many variables to the situation that you have to understand.
And it's health.
to look at.
And also one thing, health. Health wise.
Always
Healthy.
help.
Gotta be healthy.
It's always health wise, or I won't even necessarily say health, because sometimes it be when there's situations where a player is injured, the other player steps up and he steps up even bigger than that other player who got injured.
Well, all I'm
you
just
start
saying
to-
is,
you start to realize, like, yo, where this guy been at?
but it's not only that too. It's coaching. It's adjustments. It's making adjustments.
It's a lot, bro. There's
It's a lot.
coaching,
It's not easy, man.
The GM has to help construct the team.
Look, 82
Right.
Look, 82 games, man. It's not pretty. 82 games plus the preseason, plus training camp, plus the off season before.
Yeah.
You got to play 82 games, plus you got to play 4 rounds of playoffs that can go game 7 or game 6.
That's right.
But this is what you play for.
Yep.
That is what you earn your money for.
Coaching is a big deal. And the thing about coach, and see, this is where a lot of people, they'll say, "Oh, the Knicks almost lost to Miami. Look without Jimmy and Hero, oh, they suck." But you got to understand who's coaching that team. Eric.
It's Spo.
I said it.
It's Spo. Eric.
You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
let me
So,
tell you something about Eric
listen,
Spoelstra.
Eric is a hell of
This man,
coach,
Eric
man.
Spoelstra, right? He was coached under Pat Riley. This guy was a TV coordinator. You know how he got into the Heat? He was a TV coordinator. He used to tape Heat games. And then Pat Riley gave him a chance to be his assistant coach. That's how he got the job. Because when
Man.
Pat Riley left, then he took the job.
What a hell of a person to even be under.
He was a TV record man. That's how he became a coach.
Pat was that guy, man. That Pat was that hard-nosed coach that you I mean, bro.
Look, I can understand him leaving, right? The way he
Right.
did it was wrong. But the Knicks should have kept him and gave him what he wanted.
I agree.
GM/coach, because he's got 3 rings up there.
They should have
That
done
could
it.
have been Knicks right there.
Yeah. It would have. I'd say it would have been the Knicks, bro. It no could have. It would be.
Look
the
what
Knicks.
the man did in LA. Why do you
He
think I
stayed.
posted that picture of him in LA? He brought them to the promised land. He was a player for the Lakers. He retired and coached them. Magic Johnson. They won rings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they had they had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You had James Worthy. Magic. Come on.
That's a
The
fact.
Knicks got him from the Lakers.
That's a fact.
That's where they got him from in 91. But
Pat.
I can give him credit. He took you guys to the finals in 94. He took you to the playoffs every year at Raleigh. Even though he's Pat the Rat, he got you there.
Yeah. I just wished in '94, man, the adjustments. I always think about it.
Well, you see, 94, I agree with you. But 95, you guys could have made it if Patrick Ewing dunks the ball.
Yeah.
He should have dunked the ball.
Yeah.
Complaining that you were hurt. No. This is a game winner.
Dunk that shit, man. Yeah. Patrick.
When my dad saw it, all he said was, "Shit, it's a long summer." That's it. Long summer. That's it.
Yo, and that's exactly what it was.
And let me tell you something. That was in the Garden. So how do you think all those Garden fans felt? I was 10 years old.
You know how many times I've seen that replay? You know how many times those replays don't even stop. I could play it out in my head. That's how bad it was.
And then you have Reggie Miller with the choke sign. Come on.
Yeah,
my God.
Trash talking Spike Lee. That shit
because Spike Lee said he took his groin and showed it in front of my wife. So that was it.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. You know,
he was disrespecting his wife. So he won.
You got to get at him. That's without a doubt. You got to get at him. You know,
but Pat, Pat is a Hall of Famer. You can't, I blame him for signing on his resignation. He should have had a press conference like Jeff Van Gundy, but the way he left was wrong. That's it. I'm just leaving it at that. But what he did in Miami is a success. He got the job he wanted.
I agree.
And he's got rings to back it up.
Agree. I can't knock him. You know, at the end of the day, I can't knock him. You know,
there are a lot of Knicks fans that miss him. I know they do. I know they hate him, but I know they would love to have him back.
Man got rings with the Lakers too, though.
Yeah. Who wouldn't mind having Pat back? Come on.
I don't know. Pat the Rat back. I would love him. Look, let me tell you something. The Nets, it wouldn't bother me if I had him back. The man's he's got a good mind. He's got a good mind, man. He does. But
Bob Myers, oh my goodness, Bob Myers.
Let me tell you something about Bob Myers. What he did to the wall. Well, me and Marlon know about Bob Myers, so it's a foregone conclusion That man's a free agent, and let me tell you something.
He played with the Nets too.
Yeah, whoever gets that. Look, whoever gets Bob Myers, they're a contender. That's it. What he did to the Warriors, come on, man.
Oh man.
Come on, man.
Mhm.
This is a perfect spot for Bob Myers if he comes to Brooklyn. You got 20 draft picks. You got the biggest draft capital in the NBA. 20 draft picks plus money from Katie, Kessler Edwards, and expiring contracts.
Yo, Bob Myers will turn that. He'll turn
The
that
man's
whole
a genius.
He'll
Look, the
turn that
man's
whole
a genius,
place
man.
upside down. I'll tell you that right now.
Let me
Joe
tell you something.
and this is where I have to clown Joe's side, right? Why
You
would
got Bob Myers available.
why not go at that? Why don't you go after Bob Myers? Go after Bob Myers. Just do it. Leave Sean Marks alone. He got the future back. That I will give him. I will give him that. Right? He got the future back. But to even be in this situation to begin with, the overall objective, you failed.
But you know what? But you know what I see, Marlon? If he doesn't have a good first half, because you saw how we got with Sean Marks, right? In 2016.
Right.
We got him in January. So I'm thinking they're going to do the same thing with Sean Marks. We may have a new GM in the middle of the season. You never know. It's happened before.
Hopefully that's
how we got Sean Marks, because we got him in January. They fired Billy King in January of 2016.
Billy King.
And that summer we got Kenny.
Billy King was absolute trash.
So what I'm saying is, if Bob Myers could find his way here, I tell you, I welcome it in a heartbeat. Because he don't play games. He don't play games, man. Look what he did to the Warriors. Look how competitive they are.
Yeah, I agree.
For years, Bob Myers. And the man is a young man. He's not an old man. He learned.
Oh, yeah.
You need a general manager like that. That's why I have nothing against the Knicks GM, Leon Rose. Great
did it right.
GM.
He did it right, man. He did, and I was man. When I started noticing a change in the Knicks, I was like, hold up. He's actually being smart. He's actually doing the right things. He's actually making the right moves.
And you know what's also good?
A lot of people are complaining, but if you're a real Knicks fan, right? You're a real Knicks fan, and you've seen the shit show. This shit show that actually made a lot of people go to different teams. A lot of fans they went to different teams. I always said,
the Nets.
Even in the tough struggle, when things was really, really bad, I was like, you know what?
There were a lot of
I'm like, I don't know what needs to be done. Maybe the logo needs to change. Maybe they need a new color. Maybe they need a new fresh start. Because it was that bad. It was like maybe they need.
But let me tell you something. It was so bad that a lot of Knicks fans turned to the Nets. They did.
Yeah, they did.
They gave up. They hated Dolan for that.
They gave
jumped
up.
Ship.
They jumped ship, and I always said, I was like, nah. I'm still sticking with him. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough. But
so many general managers, so many coaching changes.
It was bad, bro. It was bad.
Phil Jackson, come on.
Us Knicks fans know.
Look, let me tell you something. It all started with Jeff Van Gundy resigning. That's how it started.
Yeah, after that, it was over, man.
The first week in 2001, I'll never forget it. My first basketball game, I saw the Warriors and Knicks. And all of a sudden, after the game was over, I saw it in a bar. Jeff Van Gundy resigns on MSG. Yeah. And that was it.
Yeah.
You had Don Chaney, you had Mike Woodson, you had Mike D'Antoni, you had Larry Brown, you had Come on, you
He was
had
one. I will always, I will always respect Van Gundy, man. He was one
like
hell of a coach.
6 years, man.
To go
6
through,
years.
tragedy,
You know
John.
who he took over for, right? You know who he
Wait,
took over for, right?
wait, I'm trying to
Who's the
remember.
Jeff Van Gundy.
Jeff Van Gundy? He went to the
Not
Rockets.
Hubie. Not Hubie.
No, it was Don Nelson.
Yeah,
After
that's
Pat
right.
Riley, he took over for Don Nelson. Don Nelson didn't last
Oh yeah,
just last half of the season, and then
He went to coach
no,
the
he
Mavericks.
lasted one season, and then Jeff Van Gundy, the assistant, was hired in '96.
And Don Nelson got hired as the Dallas Mavericks head coach.
That's right. That's right.
Trust me, I remember like it was yesterday.
Yep, he got hired. He was Pat Riley's right hand assistant,
Mm-hmm.
and guess who was his other assistant? Tibbs.
Yep.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Tibbs
Yeah.
was on the
Young Tom
bench
Thibodeau. That's a fact.
with the little glasses and the little coach with the clipboard. He
Yeah.
used to
You
hold
know,
the clipboard.
they have some, and it's funny. They have similar personalities. Maybe that's
And then Tibbs was Van Gundy's assistant when he became coach.
they have
And
that
guess who
hard
was
nosed
his
personality.
assistant? Guess who was his assistant? Kenny Atkinson.
Mm-hmm.
He was with the Knicks too.
Yeah, Kenny, man, Kenny.
Kenny was with them for years, man.
Kenny,
For years.
you know.
I knew him as a Knick assistant. Come on. He knows his shit.
Kenny was a beast in basketball too.
Man
He knew how to
played.
play.
Jock Vaughn played too. He was with Utah. He was with the Nets. He played for the Nets. He was the backup to Jason Kidd. So to have a coach that knows the game, okay, but now I'm holding you accountable. I don't want to hear shit. Now you got your own staff now.
I agree.
A lot of Net fans will hate me. Oh, why are you jumping on Jock Vaughn? No, I'm gonna jump on you now. You got your own coaching staff, and it's your first full season.
Yep.
That's like Tibbs. Come on. What Tibbs is doing, it's a good luck season for him. It's a good luck charm.
That's a fact.
Johnny Bryant, man. That's all I gotta say, man.
Yeah.
That man is
all
a
I'm
key
just
cog in what's going on with everybody.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Now.
But but for Randall to step out and step in, I sort of look on Tibbs' face. He wanted to kill. He wanted to kill. That man wanted to kill him, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
He probably told him on the bench, why did you step out and step in and the man shoots a three?
Yeah.
Come on, man. But Josh Hart, that's all I gotta say for you. The second half of the season, Josh Hart.
He's a dog, bro.
He almost had a triple double. He just needed one assist.
We played against him when he was with Portland, so I'm telling you, the man is good. He was on Portland half of the season, so
the number one. I'm gonna say it again for all you people who don't.
Every time I think about Portland, man, I just think about Rasheed and Sabonis, man. Those dudes and Randolph.
All I gotta say is
Randolph. Oh man,
Josh Hart, the number one rebounding guard in the NBA.
And you know what's crazy? He wasn't with Portland the year before that. He was with New Orleans.
New Orleans, exactly. I remember.
And he always loved New Orleans. Because last season, when New Orleans made the playoffs, he went to the games because he was a former Pelican.
Yeah.
Right.
And their coach over there is a good coach too. Remember, he was the assistant. He was the assistant to Phoenix. I know they miss him over there.
bro.
Because he was part of that team that went to the finals.
They're doing a lot of missing right now, man. They're doing.
Look, let me tell you something.
I love
Phoenix, you know why, right? Because we got CJ and Bridges. They need CJ and Bridges.
There was nothing but tears, bro. You got Katie. Oh, you
Look,
got Katie. Oh, you got
look,
Katie. You got
they sold.
Katie.
Look, Marlon, you know as well as I know, they sold their future to us. They did. You draft picks.
You know, I call KD Slim Twinkie, right? You know.
So
now.
Barry, if you're listening to this, you know Phoenix gave us their future. So I know you're a KD fan. So hey,
listen,
no Bridges, no CJ.
Look. CP3 is going to be out games 3.
And remember,
5.
There's another guy that they don't have, Jay Crowder. The dog is gone too.
Aiden is barbecue chicken.
Look, all I'm just saying is,
Joker, bro. He can't stop Joker.
When I tell you, once they made that trade, they said Monty was crying. Monty was crying when they made that trade because he knew they made a mistake. When they traded Bridges and CJ.
I love it.
That's why I say I love it too, because you know why? We won the deal. We won it.
Screw him.
You wanted KD. The man gets tripped by some some sweat. He was out for how many weeks? Off a jump shot?
3 weeks. I think it was like almost 4 weeks.
That's right. You see?
Bro, it's over. Yeah, and, with CP3 off the floor, who's gonna handle the ball? You gonna count on KD to handle the ball?
Look, just to have them.
Who's gonna guard Jamal Murray?
Get.
He gonna have a field day.
Just to have them say that they didn't believe in these guys. Just to say that they didn't believe in Bridges and CJ, and also they're saying that we should have tanked. Why should we tank for? They
get the shipping labels ready, bro.
They adhered to the assignment, right? These guys wanted to play. They built the nucleus. We held on to the 6th seed. That's a success for me. After what these guys did in 8 weeks,
I agree.
Come on.
I agree.
You knew we were going to struggle. We had a new group of guys, no training camp, a coaching change. You got rid of 2 superstars, and then Vaughn had to go through this tailspin to train these new guys without a training camp.
That's right.
In 8 weeks, and we held on to that seed. 26 games. And Jason Tucker is telling me, why are you counting your games? Because I know the facts and I know the stats.
Listen. Let me clear this up right now. I cannot respect, right? No opinion from any guy who says Cam Thomas is better than prime Patrick Ewing.
Oh my God.
I can't. I can't. Bro, I can't.
And also, too, right? They're saying Cam Thomas should have got playing time. I was at the games. Let it be known. He played like garbage. And I saw it myself. I saw it in game 4, and I saw it in game 3. The man was shooting the ball and just running away from the basket. He played like shit. Like you're shooting the ball and then you're going back and forth. I saw it myself. I saw how Royce O'Neal played. Like Vaughn should have played Sumner.
Straight bum sauce. And dudes have the nerve to tell me, he ain't better than Bruce Brown.
Let me tell you something.
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown never wanted to leave Brooklyn.
He's better than Bruce Brown. Like, get the
Bruce Brown shot 3-pointers, and he was great.
Now they could argue this, right? Royce O'Neal is a better 3-point shooter, but Bruce was a better all-around shooter. That man with his size, he was bodying dudes twice as big, bro. He was a dog. He's still a dog. And the fact that he's on the top, he's on one of the top teams in the West. He's pretty much on a championship competitive level.
We
team.
won. The Knicks won.
It's crazy.
We won.
It's a final.
By 6. I'm on a call.
It's crazy. But yeah, we're gonna close this out. You know, I appreciate everyone who pulled out. You know, I appreciate everyone who pulled up. You know, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. That's a fact. I mean, wait. I accidentally hit the laughing button. I want to give each and every one of y'all an applause. That's right. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. From Jimmy J1 to JJ
Jackson
to Miss Knicks herself, Anna Bryant.
To Barry Garrix.
Barry Garrix, yes, indeed. We appreciate
pulling up.
each and every one of y'all for pulling up. You know, game 3's Saturday. Yes, Saturday.
Game 3 Saturday on ABC.
Yeah.
At what time? At what time is the early game?
3:30.
3:30. Okay.
3:30 afternoon game.
Yeah, they won.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So it's yours truly, Marlon Mayhem, aka the Lord, the Truff Sauce Lord.
How about the Mets? The Mets won.
Appreciate it. This guy, the parlay Lord, next to me. You also know him as Fraz.
Yeah, I already know.
Look,
Salute to everybody.
What are you doing up already?
UC is the biggest Mets fan.
All over the place.
Michael Allen Scheme. Right. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see you on the next live.
Signing off. Thank everybody for watching. See you on the next one.
That's right.
Yeah. One time for the city. Yeah. Same aura as before. The smoke got blowing orange laws, meaning you pursue at your own cost. Last of a breed to do it how we was taught. Gods in the rafters covering you and yours. Gather round the world's most famous battlegrounds. Infamous enough where the havoc will do you proud. If you're not cut from it, it get harder to breathe it. In a concrete jungle with the garden is eating. Yeah, where one poster can hang you with a great speed. Where you can run up on whoever has an 8 seed. Or freeze up South Beach from off the line. Or 4-point plays in Easter overtime. Let it bang. Serenade round of applauders. Center of attraction like a Hoya. Catch us with a dog in the fight for whoever should play the yard. Christmas went from St. Nick to St. Bernard. Right? I'll stand up for the legacy that the city knew. And then respond by giving the city 62. And stay mellow, knowing who among us. The crossover had 33rd like the Rucker. Hit for the cage, Dykeman and Roy Wilkins in Fort Greene Park. All in the building, right? It's one team in the city, let them know what it is. Empire state of mind, aiming over the bridge. Talk to us. Blowing orange everything, blowing orange everything. 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 19,000, leaning in a huddle, screaming like if number 19's in the tunnel. All in together as long as we ever need. For the heaviest jersey the league has ever seen, right? If I don't make it, bet the fam will. Watch the city fall in love with us. Clyde Frazier with the hand skis. Double rings, baby, double up. Yeah, and all of this is a landslide. Welcome to the Terror Dome, hosted by a franchise. For the colors that we bleed in the field, the pressure is insanity, cause we don't do L's, nah. And it's everything they said it would be. The lights get even brighter than you'd ever believe. Yeah, it's game time. Is you built for this? These colors is forever infinite. Blowing orange everything.